Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. This is going to be another episode of Split Screen Podcast. We actually have a full crew today. It's been a while, but we are fully staffed, ready to go. Dan's trying to play like everybody's moving. Yeah. So there's not a lot to talk about. Couple cool announcements. A game that's got me by the balls right now, and some other things that we'll talk about. But
got you by the balls.
Yeah, it right now it really does. Andy, I'm going to start with you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. My family's been passing around all kind of sickness, I feel like.
Hell yeah.
So that's been fun.
Love this
Good
time
times.
of year.
Yeah.
Ended my jury duty late Friday. So yeah, this week I've been kind of like reacclimating to my actual job. Because it just puts you in this different.
As far as that goes, like your job. So there's nothing you could do about it. Your job just had to be like, all right, you're gone for as long as this takes.
I told him, ahead of time, hey, I got called to jury duty. What do I need to do? And they're like, send us a photo of your summons or whatever, which is just a postcard here these days. And so I was like, took a picture with my phone and sent it to them. And I get 3 jury duty days. They're like, just ask off 1. That's usually all you need. And I'm like, sure. I've never served before. First time I've actually ever had to go in. They've always got canceled. Mm-hmm. I go in, you sign in, and then they randomize all the names and give you a number, and I was number 2. And I was like, sick, I'll get to go home, be home by like lunch. All right, that worked out well for me. So the worst part about that is the first 14 people they talked to first. So I was one of the first people they talked to. I got picked, so I had to stay there and listen to them say the same shit over and over again all day. It was terrible. The first day was the worst. It was awful. So yeah.
Didn't play any video games in there?
Nope.
Damn,
Didn't play
crazy.
a damn game. I wish. Actually, one day we had to go in late because the judge had other obligations, and I was able to play my game in the Dynasty, but that was it. Our Dynasty that John just quit and gave up on for no reason.
Tired.
Sometimes it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just doesn't fit in the schedule. It is what it is. So you didn't play anything. I'm assuming you got done with that, came home, hang out with the family, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I played that one game. Speaking of which, I think I need to play my second game. I think the week advanced. But that's it. Yeah, I didn't play any other games. I didn't get around to that. By the time I got home, I was exhausted anyways. Just so much information being thrown at you.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I didn't get home. I get off work at 5 usually. The earliest I got home last week was around 5:30, 5:45. Several days I didn't get home until 7.
Sheesh.
So
a long day.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure. Well, cool. Glad that's all done. Glad you put them away. Hell yeah. Love that.
Yep.
Glad
Dan, I don't have to go back for 2 years.
There you go. That's a positive coming out of there. Dan, what about you, my man?
Justice.
How have you been? We missed you last week.
Good. I mean,
I can't speak for everybody that we missed you. Sorry, but I will say I missed you last week. I know Andy probably did.
Unfortunately, a friend of mine went down for some charges last week, and I got away clean.
Holy shit!
That's why I was gone last week. Sorry, I was a co-defendant, and
man,
a juror is now on notice. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Good, you made the right call, Andy.
One of the jurors actually got dismissed in the middle of the jury. One of the jurors, middle of the trial, one of the jurors got dismissed.
Well,
for interacting with a detective. That was there. She apparently knew him. She apparently knew him. He wasn't like going to. He was there and
conflict of interest, basically.
Conflict of interest, right?
Nice.
We were leaving for the day, you're not supposed to talk to anybody. Like they take you out with security and stuff, make sure nobody talks to you and shit. And she just like right outside the door hugged this guy, and yeah, that caused a big delay the next
You
day.
should have hugged him too, and you could have gone home.
Somebody else said that, and I'm like, I didn't know this guy. I just wanted to go home, and I didn't realize he was a detective or anything.
I was not in
Didn't
court
think
last
anything
week.
of it.
I was in a work trip, but I got to play some. I did get to play games, so I was gone. I was
Love that.
playing Outer Worlds 2. I am on what I'm understanding to be a mid-game point planet. I'm on that, so I would say I'm probably 2/3 of the way through,
Cool.
roughly,
Hell
or the
yeah.
main part of it.
Love that.
Definitely, they built upon what they did in the first one, right? I still think it's lacking a few things that could add to it, right, in terms of some of your build and customization of your character. But overall, they've definitely like added to what they did on the last one, right? They're just adding more and more in.
Cool. Love that.
And then I was playing Halls of Torment,
Yes. Yes. I love that game so much.
grinding I was actually almost late to training one day, playing that, and then held up breakfast one morning because of that. I was like,
I love it so much.
very much, yeah. So one thing I had to do right away, though, is I had to put it on the auto look
Yeah.
and auto swing, because
Yeah.
I was like, that the controls are a little wonky compared to like a Vampire Survivor, which is just move, right? Like just move.
Yeah.
But that's been pretty fun. I've got, I think I think I got like 5 or 6 characters unlocked. 6.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Good. Very Vampire Survivor vein. With some other things, little unique features to it. So that's been good. Power Wash Simulator 2, working on that too. Really crushing that.
My wife just 100% of that. She loves that. She loves that game, dude.
I keep feeling like I gotta be close to the end of these story missions, because I feel like I've done like 100 of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be coming. Does she customize her office and all that stuff too? You can buy furniture.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. If there's an achievement for that, yeah, definitely.
I just keep getting surprise achievements, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
look at
I like
me.
Is it
that.
on Game Pass or do you got to buy it?
Game Pass.
I think it's on Game Pass, yeah. Uh-oh.
All right.
Well, yeah,
You're gonna play it
John.
on the computer though. It's Game Pass Ultimate, John.
Wait, it's on console though,
Is
right?
it? I was playing it on the computer.
No, I'm sure it's on console as well. Yeah, it
I
is. Ness is
downloaded
playing
it on
What am I talking about?
Xbox, and it for some reason is on my computer too.
I'm asking, like, I don't know, but Ness is literally playing on Xbox. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. I actually downloaded it was on my computer. I downloaded it on my Xbox, and it popped up on my computer. So I was like, all right.
Oh, sweet.
That's
Love
interesting.
that. Maybe it's Play Anywhere title or something.
The government, or the government.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got it pulled up on my Xbox app on my PC, and yeah, I got to upgrade to Ultimate in order to get it.
Well, you should be able to play on console.
That's
Should
where
be
that
no
value
problem.
comes in, John. That price raise is worth it. You get to play Power Wash Simulator.
John, what about you, my man? How you been? Well, you been playing anything special, doing anything?
Well, would it surprise you to know that I still haven't played anything new in the past?
No, man.
Going on.
That's normally how these conversations go. I'm probably I'm knees deep in something else, and you guys are like, I played my game, and I'm big ambitions.
Still doing this. However, the cat's out of the bag now. Leprechaun Bombs Sunday night backyard baseball wrapped up this past Sunday. The Little Monsters took it home. We took game 4. We crushed the Minty Pickles. Came out of nowhere, destroyed them, left no doubt, beat the ever-loving piss out of them in that game 4 to secure the Ultra Grand Championship of the universe. So
Love that.
congratulations to LB's Little Monsters taking home the trophy, winning the series 3-1. It was I'm telling you that series, yeah, I won 3-1. But all 3, with the exception of the last game, the other 2 games that I won, like, they came down to the last inning, and there was it could have swung any other way. I couldn't figure it out. My players weren't playing well. Nothing was going my way. Just barely eking out a win in game 2 and game 3, and then game 4, the bats came alive.
There they go. Set it out. You destroyed them. Sent them home. See you later. Goodbye.
Yep. So we win the championship, and they go on their world tour. So the credits are rolling. The credits are rolling during the game, right? And it shows a picture of my team with like different world backgrounds on it. And it got my wheels turning, and I was like, ooh, I got an opportunity here. So in my Big Ambitions video on Wednesday, I screenshotted a picture from Backyard Baseball of my team, and I put it into Big Ambitions. And so I used it as one of my restaurants images, and then like did some marketing so that image showed up as a billboard, which technically would be advertising my restaurant, but the restaurant's picture was instead my baseball team's picture, and I played it off like, oh look, LB's Little Monsters are on their world tour and they're here in New York. So
Oh my God, dude.
that's gold right there. That's some golden shit right there. Crossover in the LB's universe.
The LB's universe, the cinematic universe. That's crazy.
LB's cinematic universe.
The ECU. Oh man.
The ECU, look out. So that I thought I went to bed that night just giggling because I like after I got it all edited and everything, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. This is awesome. So very, very pleased with that.
Well, I hope it pays off. I hope somebody notices. So then you're like
Yeah, I
that,
hope
because that'll
so
be the
too.
best part. Because like you noticing, you're like, oh, cool. But then like if you don't,
I'm just
nobody-
my job just like, oh, me too. Like, sorry.
The problem is that it's at the very end of the video, so it's like,
gotcha.
are people staying till the very end to even frickin' notice it? I don't know.
Hey, well,
Let
let us know.
I've been frustrated recently because I've plateaued at like 85 subscribers. I think I'm going on like a month now, just plateaued at 85. I just can't break through that, and I'm like, man, I assume that what I need to do is some new content, some fresh games. That sort of usually triggers an onset, but. God, I'm enjoying playing Big Ambitions. I'm enjoying what I'm doing with that game. So
Yeah.
I realize that. I know that I need to find something else to play, because the other side of that coin is if I'm only playing one game, I'm gonna rip through it a lot faster.
Yeah.
Whereas if I have a rotation of games, I'm able to spread that out over a longer course of time. So it's I don't know. There's a lot going on in here.
Sounds like it.
Oh man. Well, hopefully it
Go
works
into
out.
John's mind, and it's one of those symbol monkeys.
Well, good deal. Hopefully you do find something. But if you're enjoying it, then so be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of part of it.
Yeah,
There should always be a mix, a
and
part
yeah,
for you and a part for the audience, kind of. You know what I mean?
right.
But either way, I'm sure it'll turn out to be great. Last week, the three of us that were here, we all did our top 10 games. Well, I guess not top 10. It's the 10 games that would kind of describe us and our kind of who we are in gaming, if you will, and games that have influenced a lot of our stuff. Dan missed it, but don't worry. We've got it right now. We're about to do it. Dan, are you ready to go ahead and talk to these kind of these things for us?
I mean, I feel like I exude what these are in my everyday essence, but yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. All right. Just to give
So
everybody a little bit.
You're probably like, bam, 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 bam. You'd be like,
You're like, I see it all right now. It's all on his face. There it is. Let's hop over. Let's take a look.
Cheetah Girls. That was you.
We're in the house.
Oh, it's not going to be right.
Yep. I don't know what that is, but yes.
So we're going to be, we're going to do, let me just go ahead and let's just do this. Okay, Dan, go ahead and talk about it, my man. See what you got.
I don't know what I'm looking at. So I got to pull it up too, because I think the way I sent it to you, for me, the first one was kind of a hard tie between Morrowind.
Oh, you can't
and
see the
Skyrim.
camera image that I'm sharing in Discord?
No, I saw it. I just couldn't remember the order I sent them into you, because I kind of put them in an order for like.
Oh, okay, got you. I understand.
Yeah. So, Morrowind and Skyrim. So I was in a weird spot where I was, not playing games. Like I wasn't really able to game when Oblivion came out. So Oblivion was never one, like for whatever reason, it just wasn't part of my like thing. Morrowind was like my younger, that was, I spent so much time in that game. I had at one point had gone through the entire map and I found every rare and magical item, used water walking boots to go out to an island off the map, and I had every single one of those items laid out on display. Like it was just, I put insane amounts of time in that game.
Hell yeah.
And loved every minute of it. I think I told you I stole all the pillows on the map and made an entire house out of pillows. Like I just, I just had a lot of time, a lot of fun escaping into that game for hours. The second one for me was Final Fantasy VIII. So among Final Fantasy fans or whatever, it's kind of an odd one. Usually it's kind of an oddball one. It's not looked upon as favorably in the larger scheme of Final Fantasy, I think, by the overall community, just because it followed 7, obviously, which was kind of a hard thing to try to top. And it had kind of a bit of an odder story than some of them, if you could say that, because they're all kind of odd. But it was also the first Final Fantasy game I played. Got into playing any of those things in the franchise. And again, I love the summoning. I'd spend hours playing Triple Triad in there. Like it just, I like games where I can escape in them and beyond the main thing, right? I think is kind of a constant throughout a lot of the games.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
For me. And then Hyperstone Heist. So the first game system I read that was mine, my grandma had an NES and it was in her basement and I could play it when I was over there. But the first gaming system I ever had was a Sega Genesis. My uncle gave me his when he was getting ready to go to, he had gone to college, come back home and was going to something for, I think, radiography school, something. And the first 3 games I had, he gave it to me with Sonic and Power Rangers, but the first game I ever got for me, like picked, was the Hyperstone Heist.
Love
and
that.
I played the crap out of that.
I love that.
I love the Turtles. When I was younger, I used to make my grandma she has VHS tapes where she taped the show every day when it played on TV because I would miss it. I wouldn't get home from school in time. So I had like the daily runs of the Turtles show. It was the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles back to back. So that was a big one for me. Harvest Moon. So Harvest Moon started a whole long thing for me with those. I played the 64 version once. My cousin had it. I had a PlayStation at the time, so I found the PlayStation version, and I loved playing those two. That carried into future games and then your games like Stardew Valley and things like that. Again, they're things you can just zone out and you can get.
For sure. I agree with that.
Lost it too.
Yep.
And in those games, I can force a family to love me and live with me and be around me and stuff.
Yes. So, yes.
Not that my lovely wife and children here don't love me, but I just, those ones don't have a choice. Captain America and the Avengers. So this one's kind of like got a lot to it. So when I was much younger, like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, when my mom still worked, the place she worked at when she was a hairstylist, right next door to it was I'm going to date our age here, an arcade, a fully functional arcade called Tilt Arcade. And I would go in to see her at work or, after school or something. They'd drop me off and all the other ladies she worked with, all give me like quarters or $1, something out of their tip jar. And I'd run next door into the arcade. And that was my favorite game to play because I liked, who I didn't know at the time was the Vision. I just liked the all white, like looking cyborg guy and had a blast playing that. Which sparked my whole thing into comics. And so it was kind of a big part of a lot of my personality and things I've enjoyed was that game. RuneScape. So this has been a love-hate relationship. So I used to, every weekend, me and my best friend Austin, we would go to his house because back when we had dial-up, his dad had an office with a separate phone line, which was huge, meaning you could be on the computer and not have to worry about holding up the phone. And we would take turns. I remember we would rotate. One of us would be in the office on RuneScape, and this was the original 2D flat, like, RuneScape. I think they call it RuneScape Classic. It's because old school RuneScape's not
I
true.
didn't know.
Old
Yeah,
school
I didn't know which one to pick. So
say old school RuneScape was which they call now. It was based on a build from like 2007. I started playing when it came out, like 99, 2000, whatever.
Yeah.
That version, the browser based version, from Mini Clips, I think it was, or where you had to go. I forget where. But we would rotate. One of us would be on the computer, and like the office opened right by the TV. The other person would usually be out with two nominees on for both of us, and one of the other we were sorting our Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like it was just rotations. And then I stepped away from RuneScape for a while, and I played it back a while here, the old school build. I never cared for the new updates, the like more what I'd call World of Warcraft kind of vibe that they have. But that was like that was such a thing back in the day. Like that was kind of an unheard of type experience outside of World of Warcraft, and I enjoyed that a ton. It's kind of my first introduction to online gaming, really. Age of Empires, another one from childhood. I still to this day, when none of us can remember how I've talked to people, this somehow ended up on accessible in our computer lab in school when we were in junior high. And I remember we'd have projects and we would like race to get this done so we could try to play. And now, mind you, this is like an hour or 90-minute class, so it's like we'd start a game with 20 minutes left, and nobody ever made it beyond like the first age advancement, and all we knew was the codes, you know, for you get the naked guy that runs really fast, or you get the cobra that shoots machine gun. Like, again, it was like just those initial memories of like the LAN type gaming and like building that. And I love RTS games because the next one is that Command and Conquer General. Like, I like a lot of the RTS games. I've liked the whole Command and Conquer series. I would rent Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 Retaliation for my PlayStation like every other weekend. On the weekends, my parents would let me get it from the place called Video. I think it was Video Visions in Illinois, and played the crap out of that. I catch my dad sometimes. I wake up at like 1 a.m. and he'd be out there playing it on my PlayStation, sitting on the floor, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" The other Genesis one. So I don't know why I go back and play these games. They're actually kind of challenging. They're fun, but they're also like quirky. All the Strike games. So you have Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, Urban Strike, and then it goes into Nuclear Strike and Soviet Strike on the PlayStations. I just always one thing I still just laugh about is in Desert Strike, I think, or no, Urban Strike. One of them one of them except Jungle Strike. You start in the jungle, which is the weirdest thing. You start in the jungle, but it's not Jungle Strike. And when you fly, you know, it's a really interesting the way that they rendered it. So it's like it looks like they're 3D, like little guard towers that are clearly made out of like wood or bamboo. And if you fly your helicopter into it, your helicopter will go tonk, and it bounces your helicopter off of a little tiny bamboo guard tower and sends you bouncing around, which is just insane to me. And I used to always laugh about that. And then this was a hard one because 64, there's so many that were kind of a tie, but I think Star Fox. Jordan, you remember, we have so many inside jokes and laughs about that, playing that on spring break.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%, dude. So good.
Yeah. And so, you know, I guess like for me, what it describes, like, I like a good balance of like games I can dive into by myself that aren't dependent on people, right? Like I like to kind of get lost in my own thing. But I also have like an eclectic way of like, you know, that I like to play with people. Like I like to engage with people beyond just Battlefield, right? Like I love games like Generals and Age of Empires and RuneScape that are kind of different ways to do like the shared gaming experience.
To interact. Yeah, I got you. That's fantastic. Great list, by the way. I was telling them last week, and we'll hop on, but I was telling them last week, kind of, man, I'm excited to see what Dan's list was, just because Morrowind or Skyrim, I knew was going to be on there. I absolutely knew that one. And when I thought about it, I was like, that's 100% accurate. Final Fantasy VIII, I knew that one as well. Captain America and the Avengers, knew that one too. I knew it was the Strike games, didn't have one picked out, and Age of Empires 2 were all in the back of my mind. The surprising one is Harvest Moon, even though I've heard you talk about it many, many times. And then Star Fox 64 was a surprise to me as well. But
so that was like it was like a favorite game as a kid, but it was hard because I was like, there was like those all could have fallen in line. Like there was that. It's a terrible game, but War Gods, I used to play that game. Like it's just kind of different. Like I tried to think back to like what were kind of key, like impactful eras of my life, like in 64 played a part. Like Mario Kart, like that's why I said it was hard. But I just think I'm like Star Fox is one of the few that like even years and years later, we're sitting at my grandma's house, fucking cracking up about stepping on the gas and doing barrel rolls, like.
And Cocky Little Freak and all that good stuff, dude.
Yeah, and Harvest Moon it was a weird one because that was huge. I played so much of that, but the problem is that franchise, then it kind of split. Like, I know that the rights was split between like two different, I think, distributors or publishers, and so it's gotten very muddy since back in the day. And I didn't have systems at one point that had anything on it. When I had Xbox and Xbox 360, there weren't Harvest Moons on them.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was kind of cut off from it. And so Stardew Valley was my first chance to get it. And I put a ton of time into Stardew Valley.
Right. Kind of brought it back to where you could access
that was
it.
my closest like fill for that. But yeah, 64. I still remember grabbing you had to carry a bag, it looked like a waste paper basket. You'd run into the mine, put that down, and you could fill it up and hold on. It's just so much time on that.
I love that. One thing I will say is I'm not surprised. I would have guessed a Fallout would have made it on here.
So that's the thing is like I kind of was like you could again that was like Elder Scrolls Fallout like Bethesda properties.
Yeah.
But so like I think back to 3, like I used to love 3 and had a blast with 3, but like I didn't invest nearly the time into that as I did like overall into like a Morrowind and a thing. I put more time into 4 than anybody I think of our group.
Yes, definitely.
But that's like a hard thing. Like I think Fallout 3 had a better story overall. I think Fallout 3 was like whatever, but like Fallout 4 had a lot more you could do.
Yes.
And so it was hard for me to like say it's one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. Well, cool. No, that's a fantastic list. I think it's well rounded. Definitely can see some trends.
Did you think Neverwinter was going to be on there? I was waiting for you to say that.
No, I did not think Neverwinter was going to be on there.
That was only a hot little period of my life, like a little hot like 6 months, and then that was
hot
gone.
little addiction. Then it was like you kicked it, and you're like, I'm done.
It was real. It was all the time.
But no, that's a fantastic list.
I didn't see Card Shop Simulator.
No, honestly, every time I played that, after the first like couple weeks, I'm begrudgingly get on there for like an hour at a time to try to grind out some of the last achievements. I get on there and immediately after like I'll do like a day and I'm like I'm bored. I want to get off of it. I'm just trying to chip away at the achievements.
I would reference hours, but since that other scene is messed up from the absence of you last week, I'll have to fix that scene for the cameras and stuff. But I'll share them in Discord. That way you can just see what we put as well.
I feel like I have
cool.
a decent sense of yours, and Andy's are like a chunk of yours. John's was the one I was like, I have no idea. Resident Evil 2 and some simulators. and a WWE game. Pick a WWE game.
You've hit a little bit. They're not filled with those, but you're not far. Not
and
far
then what was it, NHL, whatever, John and Andy show.
The John and Andy show. Oh my God. If they had a joint list, that would be on it. Fantastic. No, I'm glad we were able to round that out. That's pretty cool to see. Yeah, again, not a ton of surprises, I think, for me specifically on your guys' list, being that I've known you all, I think the most individually, if that makes sense. John, I've known you longer than probably Andy and Dan have known you. Andy, I've known you longer than John and Dan have known you.
Established. You're the gatekeeper. John is only here because you chose to let him be here way back when you met. What circumstances did you meet under? Jordan was either going to destroy you or
no. It was never that. It was always, we're just here. I'm just here. We're here for whatever is happening over there. That's it.
Are you going to beat me up? I believe that was.
We had a mutual friend who lived in the same neighborhood. Jordan and Ryan lived in the same neighborhood. And
this is junior high.
As time went on.
That's junior high.
You were a freshman and I was in the 8th grade.
Ugh.
And as time went on, I slowly stopped spending time with the mutual friend and spent time at Jordan's.
But the rest is history, and here we are.
When you first originally met, it was because you were concerned that Jordan was going to.
No, we were there watching the show. We were there watching the show. That was it. His friend was getting his ass beat by my friend. I just happened to be there watching that.
And John was like, came over and was like, "You're not going to beat me."
He just reassured, there's not going to happen. I was like, "No,
for insurance."
Nope. We were like, "No, we're good."
Yeah, you were there for insurance, John. My point being is Jordan could have taken you out then, but he saw the value in you. I did. Friend.
I saw the value, and I was like, "Who's going to go on these? Who's going to join the podcast? At our mid-30s, right? Who's going to do that? I need this guy to stick around, right?"
Who's going to join a podcast in our mid-30s and find out about Halo 2 20 years after it got released?
Oh, geez. Good times.
Halo 3.
It was Halo 3. Yeah, give him some
Andy,
credit.
Let me guess. You had Bleep Bloop 2.
Oh, my God, damn it.
Mario
I knew
games,
that shit was
Donkey
coming.
Kong, like...
I'll have to... Maybe the next episode, if there's not a lot to talk about, we'll recap so you can actually see the other list. I think that'd be fantastic.
I have a decent sense on theirs. Yours, I can guess 1 or 2, but then it's kind of all over. BioShock, I know for sure.
You would be correct, but yeah,
and then it goes a little wonky.
Yeah, we'll kind of recap. I think a little bit. That'd be a good time. Um,
We'll have to do movies. Do movies next time too.
movies, huh? Video game movies. There's one.
Yeah, video game.
Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed movie is the best movie ever.
All the
um,
Uwe Boll movies.
let's see here. So we do have not a lot. That was kind of the main thing for today, is rounding out all of our lists for the 10
See you all
games.
next week.
Yeah. To be honest with you, almost. If I didn't actually look for stuff, yeah, pretty much. Some of these are quick. Most of these are quick hits, but there was Oh, go ahead.
I would say before we move, just because you kind of touched on it with video game movies, I was say, did anybody say they did put out another trailer for Fallout Season 2 today?
I haven't watched it yet, but I did know that they put out a trailer for it.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
There's
it
a
yet.
couple of there's nothing crazy from the first one, but there's a couple little quick shows of sites where you're like we get a little bit more of New Vegas.
Yeah, dude.
Show, and I will just say that there is a scene with that you're going to see both Power Armor and Deathclaw in the same scene. And I won't go
so
beyond that,
fucking
but
so.
so they give you a couple more little like nibbles to be like, oh,
Yeah, to get you excited. That's coming in December, man. It's gonna be great.
I know. I don't know why I thought it was in October, and I was like, oh, dude, it's gonna be. And I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah, like, hold on, I got to wait 2 more months.
I'll wait though. It's just like Bethesda. I don't mind waiting if they do it right.
Well, Todd Howard came out and said this week also that Elder Scrolls 6 is still a ways away. So,
like I said, if they do it right,
Jesus
and they did
Christ.
that, yeah.
so that
They're
game
too
was
busy on
announced 7 years
pre-production
ago.
for Fallout 5.
Yeah, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, to be fair, he did say they should when about the Elder Scrolls 6. They're like, we kind of screwed up ever bringing that up when we did.
He said he feels bad for making that announcement so long ago, because he's like, I just want to make the game, and when it's ready, then be like, okay, here it is. You know what I mean?
Shadow drop. He'd almost rather shadow drop stuff.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yep. But we did have an announcement. Steam hardware announcements specifically. Valve reveals new Steam machine, its next attempt at a PC console hybrid. Also on its way is a new VR headset and controller. I would reference the kind of show the images and stuff, but it'll be in the thumbnail. I've already made that. It's ready to go. And I'm sure everybody and their brother has already seen it right now. But we're going to talk about its capabilities when it's coming out. And then there's been no pricing kind of announced for it either, but we'll go ahead and dive into it. The first time my wife saw it, she was like, that looks like a GameCube. Obviously it's going to be a little bit bigger than a GameCube, but I was like, that's a good call.
That's interesting. My first thought was a shrunken Series X, but
right.
I can see GameCube.
Yeah, for sure. There's no disk drive, but this article comes from Austin Manchester from Polygon. Valve revealed its next batch of at-home hardware on Wednesday, including new take on the Steam machine, a gaming PC that's intended to be used like a console. Also revealed their Steam Frame, which is Valve's next VR headset, and a new Steam controller, all which plan to ship early 2026, which is kind of exciting. That's early. That's good timing. You know what I mean? If you can, we'll talk about expectations and everything going in and if excitement and hype levels, but Valve said in the news release that it will share more specific timing after the first of the year. So great. Valve has not yet revealed the prices for the Steam machine, Steam Frame, or Steam controller, but all are available wish list on Steam, which I have done. All 3 products will ship in the United States, Canada, UK, EU, and Australia. Distribution for Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan will be handled by Komodo, which also currently distributes the Steam Deck. So the Steam machine, we'll talk about it first. The cube-shaped Steam machine will come with Steam OS, is optimized for playing game, and is designed to sit by your TV like a game console or on your desk like a gaming PC. Because it is a PC, you can install other apps and programs or a different operating system. And like the Steam Deck, all you have to do is sign into your Steam account to access the games in your Steam library. So before I get to all these numbers and letters and what that means for like how powerful or custom made the chips and stuff are, which is going to mean probably a whole lot of nothing to most of us. What are your thoughts on something like that? I'll start with you, John. Somebody who is now, I'd say, more versed in Steam and in actual PC gaming recently, given that what you're doing, right, with your content creation and things like that. We've talked about Xbox. That's where our ecosystem for us as friends have been for so long. With Steam kind of making that jump, into the console field, if you will. Not fully, but almost like a hybrid. How does that make you feel as far as taking your Steam library and playing with a controller on just in your living room on a TV? How's that make you? Does that make you excited for something like that, or do you not want that?
I don't think I want that.
Okay.
Just me personally.
Yeah.
I'm completely content and fine sitting here on a desktop PC in front of my monitors, and
Mhm.
I'm completely content with that. I am absolutely an old dog who does not like learning new tricks.
Fair. That's fair. I get that.
So it's cool. It's shiny.
Do you
but
play majority of your stuff with a controller, correct?
Big Ambitions is the only game I think that I have to have a keyboard with.
Okay. So
Everything else was controller. Yeah.
But that's where your focus would go. So it wouldn't be too much of like, oh shit, I got to put down the keyboard and mouse and pick up a controller because I want to have this thing in my living room. Granted, you could still have.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that you can map a controller for Big Ambitions. I just never researched doing it.
Gotcha.
But I'm used to it now.
Interesting. Okay.
That's probably, I know I just said old dog and learning new tricks, but that's probably the biggest. Like, I am 100% a controller person.
Mhm.
I hate using a keyboard as my controller.
Right.
Every now and again I'll still catch myself, hitting the wrong buttons and everything, and
yeah, it takes some getting used to for
nuisance.
sure. So not necessarily in your wheelhouse then for this machine and kind of what it does.
I mean, shockingly, I have some stupid follow-up questions just because of my lack of knowledge in this wheelhouse, so in my small world, are you so I turn this machine on and it plays my Steam games, correct?
Yes, 100%. All the stuff that you own on Steam will be on here.
But I also record myself playing these Steam games. So do I have the recording software on this console as well? If it's like a gaming PC, I mean, surely it doesn't have all that
says
stuff.
Because it is a PC, it says you can install other apps and programs or a different operating system. So yes, it's going to operate like a computer would.
That's interesting.
Because like the Steam Deck, I think it may launch. It's not a Windows device. It does launch into Steam OS, I believe, right? Andy, are you aware of that?
I don't think it's Windows.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a Windows device, but I think it can be, right? It's not like you can't. I've seen people do stuff on it. But to your point, John, this is basically I'm not even going to talk about the numbers in the AMD RDNA 3 VRAM 8 gig. I'm not even going to do that. That's going to be gibberish to probably most of you. Maybe Andy would catch on a little bit, but that's it. Okay. So I'll put it this way. This system, this PC console PC can play games. They said in their it was a 4K resolution, 60 FPS, which is frames per second. But that's with frame generation. So that's like AI, you know what I mean? Up resing a lot of this shit and using that technology. So that's pretty decent. That's probably a little bit less than your Series X and PlayStation 5 can do, but they're doing exactly what Xbox is trying to move towards, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So remember we talked about the next Xbox, how they're like, you can play your Steam library, you can play your Xbox Game Pass games and Xbox games and all that kind of stuff. My assumption is they're kind of jumping what Xbox is going to be doing in 2027. Not officially.
Feed them to the market.
I mean, they control that market, right? If you're going to get console players to really jump ship after Xbox has, quote unquote, maybe squandered a lot of people, right? This is almost a perfect storm for this thing to come out early 2026, to be honest with you. Like, that's where I'm at. But before we hop into any of the hype stuff, Andy, what do you what's your gut reaction to the Steam machine?
It was unexpected,
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit.
for sure.
Uh, they have been going more into the hardware, a lot more than even releasing games. um,
Yeah, Half-Life 3.
but yeah, exactly. Um, but I was thinking the exact same thing that you just said, that they realize what Xbox was doing. They wanted to give this another shot. And they have it. Like,
Hmm.
you know, we can release this. They did it before, it wasn't successful, but now that's where everything is going.
Yeah.
And like, well, Microsoft, why should we want people to buy your product just to play us when they can buy our product and play, games on our platform?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm intrigued. I've always been a console gamer. I've played games on PC. I don't dislike playing games on PC, but the issue that I have with that is that you just have to upgrade it so much, and then when you
Mm,
upgrade it, you have to upgrade it, and then you have to buy a new part, and that new part costs so much. Um,
true. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always just found it easier to get a console, not have to worry about
Yep.
upgrading it and buying one every 7 years or so.
Right.
So something like this, or whatever Xbox comes out with, I kind of have to see how much this is. No price was announced. Um,
There
and
are
I'm
two
still
models.
intrigued.
Two models are going to
Oh,
release one.
interesting.
Yeah, one with 512 gigabytes and one with a 2 terabyte model. So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
which is quite the
I'll have to,
difference, to be honest with you. That's
yeah,
like a massive.
very
It's like
much.
it's not 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. It's like we have half a terabyte or two of them. You know what I mean? So, but it does
Yeah.
say also that both come with slots for high speed micro SD cards for extra space. Right.
Interesting.
A lot
Okay.
of times they were also mentioning like the best way to do it is, since this is going to be the ecosystem now, which is what Xbox is trying to build out, right? With the
Yep.
handheld they're trying to do, with this new console PC hybrid they're trying to get out in 2027. They're trying to create an ecosystem, right? Like, hey, take your stuff anywhere. Xbox Play Anywhere is a thing. Game Pass is a thing. But they were saying the best way to do it is upload and put all your stuff on these micro SD cards and then take it to different devices and put it in. Because a Steam Deck has that, right? This new system's going to have that. So always kind of a cool way to just go about it and make it really, really easy instead of downloading so much shit on different, actual hardware of those things. So I think that's really, really
Yeah.
cool. Dan, what about you, man? How you feeling about it? Since you also kind of made the plunge more into the PC realm, if you will, Steam specifically, but how are you feeling about what this might bring to the table?
I mean, so I don't know a ton of people that have a Steam Deck, but the few people that I've talked to that have one like it, right? Like they feel like it runs for what it's supposed to be, like it runs pretty well, right? And
Right.
Steam has still got a pretty solid reputation in the gaming community, right? And they've earned that through the decisions they make. And so if anybody's going to make something that could come on the scene like this late into like I don't know if you want to say like this late into the console
Right.
physical race space and succeed, it would probably be them, right? We watched Google try to do it and they kind of failed. Amazon talked about it, then nothing materialized, right? Like people have tried to come in beyond your traditional Nintendo, Xbox, Sony. I think this is the group that could do it. I think it's an interesting take, right? Like they're gonna again, pricing is gonna be the key here, right? What it ends up coming, but offering somebody like maybe you don't want a Steam Deck, you don't want a portable, maybe you want something a little more powerful. I'm gonna imagine this probably gonna be a little more powerful than a Steam Deck in terms of
six times more powerful than a Steam Deck.
So something that's going to be a little more powerful, capable of probably handling and playing some of those, more large scale games a bit better, probably a bit smoother, faster, whatever. So people that want that, and this is it sounds like offer that sweet middle ground between PC, like, we talk about the PC and the console. But again, that's all going to be dependent on pricing. Because if this comes out at $8, I don't think it will, but for, some crazy number, $700, $800, then it's going to be like, oh, I might as well just get a PC. When you hit a certain threshold, you're going to be putting people in a position where I go, okay, I could do that, or I could get, maybe this
I think
computer
it
for whatever.
depends. To be honest with you, if this thing comes out at, let's just say 750 for the 2 terabyte, right? $750. And it operates like they mentioned, like a PC does, right? I think it's a pretty strong contender for taking a lot of the market share. I don't necessarily think from Sony and Nintendo, but definitely Microsoft.
Yeah, and I think the other key is going to be like the people that are like your potential customer, right? Are they looking, when you look at trying to, is it this or computer? Are they looking strictly for gaming, or at that price, right? If I also go, well, I would also get XX other use out of a computer that this can't do.
Right.
That's going to be really your only differentiation. But yeah, the way that Microsoft's spouting that they're going, this is going to be out ahead of the game from them, probably more, established. I'm going to guess they're probably going to put it out at either the same or probably lower price point than Microsoft was thinking, and they're going to step on their feet. But this is
going to be
Microsoft's own doing.
It's going to be lower than Xbox's next thing.
And this is all going to be Microsoft's own doing, because they're trying to they've been trying to make too many pivots, right?
Forever late to the party, man.
And
always.
They pivot to this, and then it was all about Game Pass. Now it's just about Game Pass. It's about Game Pass, and we're going to totally go this direction. Like, they're pivoting too much, and it's not maybe Xbox as a whole. As we've talked about, it's from higher up even.
Yep.
They're expecting too much.
Expectations.
They're trying to meet and satisfy too many things across the market, and they're not doing any of them particularly well. They're a shitty jack of all trades and nowhere near a master of any.
Right.
And that's hurting them.
Yep, 100%.
Whereas Steam is coming in and going, this is what we do right. This is what we do good. Here's a little bit of a twist on that.
Right. I feel that. And I think this is for me. Okay. So, Andy, when I asked you about it and you were like, it's interesting. I don't know what the next Xbox is, if it's going to have a disk drive, right? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if that's going to be the case. My assumption is going to be no. That's my guess. I don't know if that's true, but that's going to be my guess, is it doesn't have a disk drive. Or if it does, it kind of goes the Sony route where it has a detachable one, right? Or something you can add to it maybe. But I don't see in a world where that makes sense for them moving forward. Well, let's say both of these options come out as digital only, right? Xbox, you've had your ecosystem, because it sounds like you're going to be able to play Game Pass on this PC, Xbox, or the PC Game Pass. Why can't you run the Xbox app, right? It's another app. I mean, that makes sense. Does that end up being something where you would strongly consider something like this versus getting the new Xbox? Or how would you, because Xbox is making a firm move. What seems to be all their first party stuff is going everywhere, right? So what's that kind of do? What would that do for you if they're both come out, both digital only? This one is at this price point. Xbox is maybe probably a little bit higher because they said it's a premium product. Where does that put you at maybe in that scenario?
I'd have to look, a little bit more about it, at the things that we just don't know right now.
Right.
Beyond just the price point. How exactly do they function? What is this Steam hardware, does it go automatically? Like, where does it take me? Like, how do I download these things? How does the Xbox one, work in that sense?
Yep.
Does it take me to Xbox UI, or does it take me to Windows? Like, what is it doing? So I'd have to look at it further. Obviously, the specs a little bit, how they compare to each other, storage, because I always need a lot of storage. I'm definitely, not saying that I wouldn't get one. I would really have to look into it to compare the two.
For sure.
Now if the Xbox One is like twice as much, then I might be like, nah.
Yeah, a $1,500 thing, assuming, right? Yeah, I get you. I see what you mean. Ooh.
Yeah. So
That
it depends.
pricey,
It
man.
depends on a lot of factors, but if I had to guess, I would also guess it is going to be diskless, and maybe that means
That's the Xbox. That's your guess?
Right, the Xbox. But maybe that means I buy more games for my Switch or PlayStation, depending
Yeah.
on where PlayStation goes next. Because I
Right.
still play PlayStation. I just get the exclusives right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
but it has a disc drive. Will the next PlayStation has a disc drive? Who knows? But
I hope so.
yeah,
Hope those don't go away.
I think, yeah, I same. I agree, and I think it's just a little too soon to say, but I would definitely look at both closely.
Yeah, I got you. That's kind of where I'm at. I know when I heard this announcement, I was fairly excited. I think I've had my grief that I've had with the recent decisions that the Microsoft and Xboxes have been making lately.
Yeah,
It's tough for somebody who owns a computer that is higher end. It's nicer, right? I really enjoy it and I love it, so it allows me to go through there. But having something like this Steam machine in the living room that has my entire library ready to go, of I don't know how many games it is. It's a lot. But having access to those just right off the rip is really kind of, because I've used Steam Big Picture mode, which is basically a console experience. It's got your library, it's got the little tiles and stuff. You scroll through and pick the game that you want to play, blah blah blah. So that aspect and having that setup is really nice, and that's where I'm really intrigued. I think it's kind of cool that it exists, and part of me is like, Xbox late to the party again, right? Of like trying to build out their ecosystem with all these different types of hardware, but it's never in time. It's just never in time. They're either way too early in doing something, or they're second or third to the party after people have already done it and probably done it well. So, yeah, it's crazy. I'm excited about it. We'll see what happens though, as far as, the full idea and what software it launches with and how it works and everything that we'll kind of see. I think it's cool though. The faceplate, I don't know if you guys saw, can actually be removed and like customized, and you can like just add your own front tile to it. So like if you wanted to match a certain aesthetic, people you can 3D print different stuff. It's just a magnet, clips on, just hits there. So it's like, that's kind of a cool customization thing, kind of what Xbox is doing with their, I'm going to be honest.
Return of the faceplate.
Yeah, dude. But kind of what Xbox is doing with their stupid wraps, right? The things that you just wrap your console in something. You're like, I'm good. I don't want to do that. But they had other kind of news here. The Steam Frame, it's a VR headset. That looks pretty cool. If you guys get a chance, go ahead and check that as well. Valve describes it as a streaming first and PC itself powered by Snapdragon processor. Like the Steam Machine, games will also receive verification ratings to indicate which games will work standalone for it. And then you can obviously check out the full details on there. I think I like they're rounding everything out, right? They're covering all bases. You can get Steam on your very expensive computer, and it can do all the other things that a computer normally does. Now, with this early 2026 release of the Steam Machine, you can get a living room machine that's going to work and play games at a pretty decent, obviously, rate, hopefully. I don't know until people get their hands on it. You want to play VR, which is still pretty niche. I think now they're allowing you to do that. You want something that's handheld. You have the Steam Deck and the two different versions for that. Valve is they're just rounding everything out, which is cool to me. And they're rounding out before anybody else is. They're getting everything established. Like, look, we have everything that everybody's soon to come out with in a year or so later, right? Just kind of a cool thing. The one I don't like is a Steam controller. It looks goofy. I don't like the I like the off.
Look odd.
I do like the offset joysticks for me. That's always been but I have also played Xbox and used an Xbox controller for a very, very long time, and that's what those are. But just kind of cool announcements. I think really interesting stuff that nobody really saw coming, and just so soon potentially down the road for everybody to get their hands on it, which is cool. Let's see here. I want to do a quick little talk about this game behind me, Arc Raiders. This is a game I mentioned too in the intro that's got me absolutely by the balls. I'm trying to get Dan to buy it. He's not buying it. So He's just not pulling
I've
the
fallen
trigger.
for that from you too many times.
I know. I got a couple other buddies to buy it, and here we are, right? So, if you don't know what Arc Raiders is, it's an extraction shooter that's third person. It's a PvPvE, which is player versus player versus everyone. So that means there's like enemies that everybody can fight against, but you can also fight and loot other players on the map as well. It's a lot of fun. It's absolutely addicting. I think they did a really, really good job with it. The only issue I do have with the game is they do have some AI voice lines in it, which is not my favorite thing that they chose to do with it, just because it couldn't have been that hard to just get some people to record these very generic lines, right? And that kind of stuff.
I would have done it for free.
There you go. See, you could have had Dan do it for free, but you chose to go with AI. That's crazy.
But you effed up.
Yeah. But Arc Raiders, man, if you haven't tried it and you enjoy that genre of extraction shooters, it just creates content in so many good moments. It's one of the more friendly extraction shooters I've played myself. I've played for maybe a week and I've got 20 hours into it already, which is crazy because it's been making me ignore the Outer Worlds 2. It's been making me ignore there was another one that just came out, some other single player games. I don't know what they are. See, I've already forgot about them, right? It's completely just left my brain because I can't even remember them. But I strongly recommend playing this game. It's a good time to play with your friends and jump in for a three person. You can jump solo, duos, or with 3 people, which is a lot of fun. The last of the main topics here. Game Awards are coming up. Literally over just under a month now. December 11th is going to be the show for that. Always some cool announcements for there. Dan, if you had kind of off the cuff here, but if you had a fantasy announcement, what would it be? Would it be the Final Fantasy VIII remake that you want so bad? Would that be it?
I'd love that, but you're talking just any announcement. I mean, we kind of it would be great if Todd Howard was pulling our leg and he's like, "Ha, Elder Six is here." Like, I would actually really love that, but I don't think that would ever happen. That's a fantasy of a fantasy, right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a hard question. I would say, I mean, because we already know about the big things for me when they're coming. Right, Fallout 5 has just started pre-production.
Yep,
supposedly. Elder Scrolls is 2 years away. Final Fantasy VIII, so they did the remaster, right? They ported it there, or they optimized it at least, or whatever, for you could play it on Xbox.
Yes, FPS boost, all that good stuff.
If they gave it like a true treatment, like Final Fantasy VII, I would say it'd be a fantasy announcement. Other than like Final Fantasy VII was a pretty big change, and I don't want them to change 8 that much.
Yeah, I got you
necessarily.
I see what you mean.
Outside of that, I'm trying to think what might really get me excited, and honestly, like probably one of my stupid silly games, like Graveyard Keeper 2, or like a Stardew Valley 2, like something like that.
Oh man,
would be pretty awesome.
Oh, that'd be sick. John, what about you? You have a fantasy announcement for a game that you're like, oh my god, they're doing what now? Like, what would you, even if it's a remaster, remake? We talked about remasters last
Supermarket
week.
Simulator 2. What?
But what do you got? Is there one that would just set you off and be like, holy crap, that's coming back?
Yeah, if they decide to remake Resident Evil 0 or Code Veronica. I don't think this would be where it would get announced, though.
You don't think so?
I guess why it would be. No, I don't. I think Capcom would do it on their own accord.
Interesting. Okay. Well, hold on. I'm thinking back here. RE9 was announced at Summer Game Fest, which is also a Geoff Keighley thing, right? So they got a good relationship. Maybe it's a little early. Maybe they don't want to announce it before the other game comes out, right?
Right.
There you go. Okay. I'm on the same page now. Yeah. I got you.
So it's in the category of like, how did you phrase that question? Like fantasy, like, like right. This would just,
yeah. I think
that would do. It ain't going to happen. But if it did,
for somebody, for me who hasn't played Code Veronica, that would be cool. Right.
Really? You never played that?
No, that's the one. That one and 4 I haven't played, which is crazy. but like,
Code
Um,
I only ever got like probably 45 minutes into Code Veronica, and then the game just got really frustrating, and I
Right.
couldn't figure it out, and I had other things to do, so I moved on.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. How cool would it be to have, you know what I mean? A new one, like, okay, it's modernized. It's on your system that you have now, like just ready to go. That would be sick. That'd be really,
Yeah.
really fun.
Yep,
Good
the
answer.
fan
Good
base
answer.
wants it. They
Good
want
answer. Andy, I'm jumping to you. What do you got? Game Awards. Geoff Keighley comes out and he's like, "We have a big surprise for you, and it's hold on to your balls. We're gonna shoot you to the moon.
Alan Wake 3.
Take a look at fuck you, Dan.
it. Bleep bloop 3.
These fucking guys, Andy.
He just gets up on the stage with a flashlight, and he just
He clicks it 3 times.
Yep, kicks it on all 3 times.
Yep.
All right, what you got, Andy?
All right. Anyway,
Proceed.
I'm just gonna you make it known that I don't really care for Geoff Keighley.
Okay, that's fair.
So
Ooh,
yeah,
rivalry.
what, Jen?
Well, regardless,
Rivalry.
he runs the show and he's going to come out and make the announcement. So what do you, if, okay, then what do they cut to black? And then they're just like, no Geoff anymore. Andy, this one's for you.
All right.
What do you want to be on the screen?
See,
And I'm gonna actually come back to the Geoff Keighley stuff. I'm curious, but go ahead.
Okay. Control 2.
Okay, I'm here for it. Instead of just because we know it's real, you would more like to see it.
Yes.
I got you. I'm on board.
No, not if we're talking like a game that we don't know, that's like a just fresh, brand new announcement, nothing necessarily being shown. Yeah, that's a little tougher. So many options. More on Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Okay,
Tell
yeah.
us that it
Is
still
that real?
exists.
Yeah. Does that thing? Jesus Christ, man! Holy cow!
It's been longer than Elder Scrolls 6 since we've heard about that one.
That's scary. Absolutely terrifying.
That would. I'll put that at my top, and then Control 2 for a trailer or something.
I love that. Hell yeah, good deal. I myself have 2. One of them you're probably going to be you guys are going to guess, but I think if they announced a BioShock remake,
I wouldn't guess that.
Unreal Engine 5, modernized graphics, not just an up-res, not just anything, but a ground up rebuilt new version of Rapture, and seeing it for the first time, that entire trip down in the I'd be locked in, and my mind would be absolutely blown.
What
the
if
other
they
one,
showed?
go ahead.
What if they showed information or a trailer for Judas?
Well, Judas we've seen. We have seen Judas. We've seen gameplay and we've seen the trailer. Yeah. But I would, because they're also been talking about BioShock 4 exists, right? But we just don't know where it's at. We haven't seen anything. If they did that one as well, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I would just want to live in that universe.
Yeah.
But the other one is a Sunset Riders remake. Just give me a remake, make the new one, bring it to the modern stuff. Do what I think it's Dotemu. Dotemu, I think, and what they've done with all those beat 'em ups. Give them the shit for that and make a new one. That would be sick. Absolutely sick. So I think those would be my 2. But the nominees get announced on Monday. We were recording on the 13th, and they get announced on Monday the 17th. But real quick, Andy, what's up with this Geoff Keighley hate? Let's dish it out. Let's hear the tea.
I don't view him as any sort of expert or anything on the games industry.
Okay.
Like, he's just there. Like, this is his show. Why is he so important? Like, why is this not ran by somebody, or a group in the game industry? Like, why is one person having his own game shows? It's always struck me as completely odd and how Geoff Keighley got to this point, and he just comes across to me as um,
I love this. I'm fucking here
not
for it.
not genuine.
Okay.
Kind
Ain't
of.
it?
All right.
Oh, you think
Yeah.
it's fake? Okay, there we go. Let's get to it.
So the shows are fine. I don't feel like the games that should win always should win. But sometimes like the game awards are like video game Oscars, or compared to that, and that's just not my view
That's
of
fair.
the game awards. Um,
That's the BAFTA.
Yeah.
That's the BAFTA. I think that's, for me, that's what that is. You know what I mean? That's
Yes,
the more prestigious awards. The game,
I would agree
the
with
game show, or the game awards for me is the MTV Music Awards, right?
okay,
That's what it is. That's
that's
what I've
fair.
always.
That's what I would.
That's what I've always viewed it as. I don't think like, oh, Geoff Keighley is an expert and he needs, we need to take whatever he says and all the shit that he puts up here. I don't care who has the microphone. Show me games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I
I
take
agree
it.
with you. I
So-
full on agree with you. I just don't think a lot of people know what the heck BAFTA is, to
Right.
be honest with you.
Right. But that's also why they don't watch the BAFTAs, because there's no announcements. There's no things like that. There's no excitement behind it. And when they were bitching about people not being able to do their speeches at the Game Awards, and they're like, oh, they cut them off. They set them off with music. And they're like, yeah, because that's paid for. Like, that is a marketing show. Like, that's what it is at 100%. But you get to see games and nuggets and stuff in between everything else, right? If you want something, you're like, I want to acknowledge and respect the award winners, then why don't you watch the BAFTAs? Why don't you watch it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't watch it because it's not as exciting and there are no announcements.
Yeah.
Just
you
be
don't watch it,
honest.
tell them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just be honest. Just say, I like to watch this because of this. That's fine. That's okay. No one's going to hate you for it, but let it be what it is. Don't try to pretend like it's something else. But I don't think I would rather Geoff Keighley have it than larger corporations that like fucked over and destroyed E3. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, that's where I'm at.
Well,
right?
yeah, I wasn't necessarily talking about. It would have to be some group, and maybe that group doesn't exist. I mean,
Right.
frankly, the ESRB is the only thing that comes to mind. Just like with the Oscars, it's that group of people. Not that they're good at their job either.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's always going to be subjective, Andy. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you take the college football playoff, nobody agrees with that every year, right? You do that and you go to the Oscars, nobody agrees. Everybody gets snubbed. The music awards are the same thing. Oh, this lady or person or artist should have won. That's always going to happen, I think. But I think if you just let the people have their moment at the Game Awards, like, because I went back through and I look at Game of the Year for a lot of the times for the since 2014. And if you remember, one of these took place in like a garage with Joel McHale, right? You remember that?
I don't.
It was on like Spike TV or some shit. Do you remember
that back when they were the Spike Awards or whatever?
Yep. You remember that shit? Yeah. So
Yeah, I think that's how it started.
It's been worse. We'll tell you that much, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he brought it from a garage to where it is now, but still.
Yeah. So if you look back at some of the Game of the Years, maybe you don't, it's not your pick, but I mean, Dragon Age Inquisition, Witcher 3, Overwatch, Breath of the Wild, God of War, Sekiro, Last of Us Part 2, It Takes Two, Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, and Astrobot. They're not bad, right? That's all pretty solid shit. So, but also it doesn't mean anything if I wanted somebody else to win, like Alan Wake, right? And they didn't. Because fuck Baldur's Gate 3. That's that. But hey, I can say that because guess what? I don't have an award show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm excited just for the event of what it is, right? It gives you that winter version of E3, but in a award show costume. That's how I take it. I think that's the easiest way to go about it. That way you don't take it personal. You don't get too upset with who wins because like, great, you get a cool angel with a pointy, heavy statue that you get to take and they get to put in their developer room, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And that's kind of cool. So it is what it is. But show me the games that I don't know about that are going to blow my socks off. That's what I want. Couple things here, quick hits. That's all main topics wise we got. So we're just going to fly through these next one. I think Andy or somebody else put this on here. Super Mario Galaxy movie had a teaser trailer come out, which was kind of cool. Love to see that. I don't know. Do you guys all watch that? Dan, you sit down and watch it with your kids?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Love that.
It's their
good
favorite.
deal. Good deal. Okay.
The wife loves it too, though. To be fair.
That's
I
good.
haven't
That's
shown
good.
it to the kids. I'll have to show them. They'll be excited.
Yeah, that'll be cool. But are you, John? Did you
Really
watch it?
excited for. Oh,
I
sorry,
did
go
watch
ahead.
it. I liked the like Bowser there at the beginning. You know, he tricks you into thinking that he's blown back up, but you know he's still shrunken,
Yep.
and he's working on his anger.
That was actually really good. I got a good chuckle right off the bat, which was fantastic. Then he closes his tail in the door. Just stupid comedy like that.
Yeah.
They do show Rosalina at the end of it, right? Who is going to be voiced by Brie Larson. So that's going to be cool, I think. Miss Mar. What? I think it should be. I've listened to the voice and it sounds like it's going to be perfect. So like I don't have any, you know what I mean? So I'm on board for it, but I don't know how you can mess that up. Chris Pratt does Mario, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You okay with that, Andy? You sound like you got a bone to pick.
I wasn't a fan of the choice, but it kind of works.
Yeah, it just
if you know what I mean.
It just is what it is. You're like, I can move past it because this exists.
Like he kind of sounds like Mario without the Italian. Like he kind of sounds like him, just not Italian. He sounds like more New York
Mario, for sure.
I watched a video where they were like, "Oh, hey, yo, it's me, it's Marty." He's like, "What are you walking in?"
Oh man, I'm excited about it. It's going to be good. I think that's what, next year, right? At some point.
Yes.
Cool.
You think?
I think they delayed it as like summer maybe now or something.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sure this movie's going to do just fine, just like the first one. So do you think it spawns?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think it spawns maybe a Paper Mario movie?
Not yet.
It's an interesting thing.
I'm trying to think of all the different iterations of what they've done.
What was
with
the
Mario.
first? What was the official title of the first one? Super Mario Brothers? No. Super Mario
Brothers movie or
the Super Mario Brothers movie. Yes,
Yeah.
it was called the Super Mario Brothers movie. Okay. So do you think that they go from the Super Mario Brothers to Galaxy? That's quite a big jump, in my opinion, right? Of like what they could have done, in my opinion, also. I reference games and I'm like, they could have done, I don't know, Mario 64, right? You know, I don't know, like, you know, they could have, like, if they were going to reference that kind of stuff.
Mario 64 movie?
Maybe not. Yeah. The Super Mario 64 movie. You're like, hell yeah, I'm in here for that. So I guess we'll see what happens with it, but I think there were no characters to introduce in the Super Mario 64 game. So it's like, this lets you introduce Rosalina, which, why are we skipping over Daisy? What are we doing? Also,
no love for Daisy.
Also didn't show Yoshi at all in the trailer.
When did Daisy come into play?
Didn't we talk about this briefly? I thought we did. Maybe
I think we did. I think it was Super Mario Brothers 2. When she was first introduced.
Let's see here. Princess Daisy first appeared in the 1989 Game Boy title Super Mario Land.
Super Mario Land.
That's what it says. She was the princess of Sarasa Island in need of rescue from the alien Chitanga, sorry. While she had a minor roles in other games like NES Open Tournament Golf, Super Mario Land is recognized as her debut for the broader Mario universe. And her more prominent role in the spin-offs like Mario Tennis 2000 and Mario Kart Double Dash 2023. Give me a Mario Kart movie. Nah, don't. No, just give me pieces of it like you did in the first one. Don't give me, yeah.
I think that's what they're gonna do with a lot of like the spin-off franchises. I feel like if they ever have Paper Mario, it's gonna be some one-off.
They get thrown into he gets like
Yeah.
thrown into something. You're like, oh my God, I'm Paper Mario now. And people are like, oh,
Yeah,
fucking Paper Mario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah, like the sports, if they ever integrate that, it would just be part of the movie.
yeah,
The only thing
I
that
think I know where you're going.
maybe I could see eventually coming, which they had in the first movie, is some sort of
He's going to say it.
Smash, uh, Smash Brothers type
You know
movie.
what's funny is that's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say it, but no, I thought they could do John, this will make you happy. Luigi's Mansion. Come on, let's do it. You know what I mean? Give me a Luigi's Mansion.
That's a little different. That could
him-
work as its
have him
own.
break
like,
up on
spin-off
his own.
movie. Yeah,
That would be sick. I'd be
Yeah.
totally here for a Luigi's Mansion movie. That'd be really, really fun.
that's almost like its own mainline game.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know? I
got you.
could see that. I could
got
see
you.
that happening. But yeah, these other like spin-off type titles, I don't see them making specific movies off of that. Just kind of throwing it in as a Easter egg, if you will, or
Yeah,
something like that. And yeah, I mean, Yoshi's got to be in there. They introduced Yoshi, and I
The end of the
really
movie.
think that Galaxy was not the original direction they were going.
Oh, interesting.
Yet.
Okay.
I think this was some sort of Nintendo decision. I think they were going to go more of the Super Mario World and just kind of expand and have Yoshi be the new character. I assume Yoshi's still going to be in it, but it may be a little busy with Rosalina.
Or maybe hold on, think about this. So you got Super Mario Galaxy, right? Is what it's called, the movie or whatever.
Yep.
Super Mario Galaxy movie. Maybe they're gonna do what Resident Evil's been doing. Mainline movie, side project movie, mainline movie. So maybe you're gonna get a Super Mario Brothers 2, and that's where Yoshi comes in. But then you could also get a follow-up after Galaxy comes out. You get your Super Mario World or 2 movie, and then you get your Super Mario Galaxy 2 movie, right? Maybe, I don't know if that's the direction they're going to go, because if I remember correctly, Yoshi doesn't have a prominent role in Galaxy. If I could be wrong, I could be absolutely wrong, because usually he's in every game with Mario in it in some capacity. But my understanding, he wasn't a big part of Galaxy. Again, could be wrong.
So.
Could be wrong. But that's my take. If they're going to do it, you can't disrespect my boy Yoshi. You just can't do it. Also, when do Wario and Waluigi show up? You can't disrespect my boy Waluigi either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's a tennis tournament and they show up and they're like, wow, dude, I'm going to lose it. This is going to be so good.
Wario.
Give me a Wario Land movie. There's so many things they could do. Oh my God.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Eventually,
man.
that
So
could
many
be a
things.
spin-off too.
So many things. What?
That's the
should be
thing
good.
is though, you gotta pull like a Guardians of the Galaxy where you introduce them so everybody then knows who they are before and then everybody and then you can do whatever you want with them.
Yep.
I have a sweatshirt has Mario, Luigi. My kids obviously know who that is, and then it has Wario and Waluigi on it, and they've learned who Wario is.
Mm-hmm.
They know who Wario is, but they get confused by Waluigi with the upside down L on his hat. They're like, I'm like, that's Waluigi. So, he's still a little bit out of the main circle. So
Yeah. Just don't disrespect my favorite character. Okay.
yeah.
At least to play in the games. But he's just the funniest fucker to hear. Just talk.
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't even talk. He just
Hilarious.
that's just the best. Dan, this next one's for you, buddy.
Okay.
Free up some space on your hard drive. Elden Ring Night Rain, the Forsaken Hollows DLC coming out December 4th, dude. Let's fucking go.
Uninstall all
Dude,
your
we-
games.
Let's
Here's
go.
the thing, Jordan.
Don't.
Okay,
Don't.
whatever. We messed around with the first boss forever, but then we realized we were really good at the game and just
Yes.
crushed it. I don't know what's worth going back to. We're too good at it.
That's true. That's true. I don't know why we would buy the DLC. It's a good point. You well spoken. Man, that guy should have hired you as the lawyer, right, Andy?
There you go.
My
That's all he
saying.
has to say about it.
Yeah, objection.
They
Your Honor,
were
waiting.
public defenders. He didn't pay for a lawyer.
Well, Dan could have done that too.
No, I charged. I didn't get Esquire after my name for doing free work. Okay.
But
You get
Elden
paid by
Ring,
the county or the state.
Yeah, if you want to call it pay.
Elden Ring Night Rain, The Forsaken Hollows, new DLC coming out December 4th, which is not too far around the corner here. I don't know what it adds a whole lot. There was a trailer. I actually haven't been able to dissect it really. I'm sure it's going to add some more crazy bullshit, some new bosses, all that good stuff. Hopefully some new characters. I know we'd love to see that, Dan. Maybe some new playable people would be cool. But we'll see. Well, we will see about that. A couple of things to celebrate for some games here. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Ark Raiders have both sold 4 million copies. That's kind of crazy.
Wow.
One took a little bit longer than the other because Kingdom Come Deliverance came out earlier in the year, and Ark Raiders came out maybe a month ago. So both really, really cool stories there. John, this one's for you. Backyard Baseball 01 and Backyard Hockey. Oh, what did I say? Baseball? Basketball. My bad.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Backyard Basketball 01 and Backyard Hockey 02 are free on Steam right now. So make sure you guys all go and add those to your library. Don't let that happen.
Yeah.
That'll be really, really fun. Add another. You were just talking about playing some new games, getting some new heat. There you go, buddy. I was reading a Reddit post from that announcement. Somebody was like, my favorite thing to do in Backyard Hockey 02 is turn off all the penalties and just actually beat the dog shit of all the kids and like just hit people with your sticks and stuff. And I was like, damn. I was like, calm down, my man. Oh
my God, that's hilarious.
So kind of crazy, but apparently doable. And last year on the quick hits, we have Red Dead Redemption coming to all of the modern consoles. So your PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch 2. That's coming out December 2nd. And the cherry on top, it comes with Undead Nightmare. Absolutely fantastic. Great.
Nice.
One of the better DLCs I think that has ever released for a game. My opinion. I keep that's a high regard for that entire DLC. It was just a lot of fun. Just a good time on top of a really, really good game. So that's really, really cool. But that rounds anything up for us for this episode. Andy, you got anything else before we head out? Anything nuggets or things you're up to?
Nope. Just
yeah.
looking forward to the weekend coming up soon.
Yeah, I mean, you get a free weekend finally. You don't have to worry about jury duty and all that shit. So that's good.
Yeah.
Good deal. John, how about yourself? Anything you got coming up there, buddy?
Nothing on my plate.
Look at our exciting lives.
Jesus Christ. Dan, come on, Dan. Bring it home, buddy. Bring it home. What do you got? Bring on the juice. What kind of exciting shit you got going on?
I'm doing the Magic Avatar pre-release tomorrow.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's something better
fucking
than these,
losers get a life like me. No.
Better than these two fuckers.
No. And I'm going to try to, again, crack through the last part of the Outer Worlds too.
Nice.
Like the main story.
Please give me the rundown when you finish it so I can make sure.
You're a guy, you're in space, there's lots of shooting and stuff. And
corporations, blah, blah.
Yeah, lots of dialogue options.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
But no, yeah. So between that and those two things, and then I do some cleaning up. Obviously, with me being gone last week, I got back this week and I was like, I don't want to do anything here. Like, I just want I don't want to mess with anything.
I feel that.
And of course, spending time with the wife and kids. Gotta love that.
Yeah. Wife and kids, blah, 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 blah. I get it, dude. What do I have? I don't have a whole lot going on. I'm going to play the game that's got me by the balls right now some more. I'm going to keep playing that game because it's a lot of fun. I was trying to go see in kind of what games I might be excited for. Like I said, I missed out on Outer Worlds 2, Dan, so please let me know what's going on for that. Other than that, I mean, I was trying to leave. Andy, have you played? I know you got Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, correct?
Yes.
Did you?
I don't have it yet because I don't have it yet because I ordered the physical. So.
And that's limited run.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
Come when it's ready.
All right. I heard it's got mixed reviews on Steam, just because of some of the performance and latency, input lag for a lot of the different stuff. But I mean, that comes to be expected with a lot of these. You add a lot of these older games to new stuff, right? So
It's been getting really solid reviews on console, though.
well, good. Maybe it performs better on those. That'd be really cool. So that's always a good sign
Do
if
you
that's the case.
remember last week we were talking about Grand Theft Auto and the whole jokes about we got this before Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
So apparently in Bluey appeared in South Park last night.
I did see a screenshot. I have not watched it yet.
And so people are like, we got Bluey in South Park before Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh my God, dude. We're going to get a Steam machine before we get GTA 6. That's crazy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh man. But other than that, yeah, not a whole lot going on for me. Just going to keep plugging away at probably playing Arc Raiders as much as possible. And I don't know when that ride will end, but we're enjoying it.
You don't know when it's going to let go of your balls?
Nope. It's got them forever. Locked in, firmly grasped.
Forever locked.
Got him.
But thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with us until the end of this video. Of course, we will be back next week, hopefully with some more things to talk about. We'll recap a little bit of what our list looked like, so Dan get a taste of what those were. But yeah, we'll be back next week, and I appreciate each and every single one of you for hanging out, and we'll see you then. Thanks, everybody. See you later.